94.7 Asempa FM, Sunni all talk all day. Ekosiisen and our Sugusua Utieno. We have one more hour to go. Make us a bejafuni yina atnase. Kojo Boaten Ajeman, former constituency chairman, New Joabin North, ewo Koforidia for the NPP. Wabekansa ewo no a regional chairman aspirant in the just ended regional elections in the Eastern region. Chairman Kojo Boaten Bokode.
Obi, nyame dia che. Is okay aspirants, you know, aspirants is your door pa o. It's okay election ya for national for now far region ya de okay kan boma. Yeah, aspirants me work to the door su yi pa. It's a JB class so I join you know. It aspirants are the most important give it to me. Yeah, Juma na ye. I said national executives in regional officers you know. Pay roles because we say aspirants for the doors. Because region national elections no kwa. The candidates were almost about 48.
Yeah, national.
And away you 10 every month. I'm going to say 30 catchy, 38 catchy. Now for region, now the region be come. The aspirants association in Muso. There's a group of partner. Yeah.
Obi also idea be a person that
is the most important. That is the beauty. That is the beauty of democracy.
I'm going community.
So it is yeah, my unity bemwa.
Yeah.
And no na be boy am to me whatever we are preaching on, breaking the eight, because it'll be a idea. So long as he's able to offer himself to run for the position, not just say honestly will be able to me offer. Indeed, the leadership, executives, we must come together and make sure say the most important, say to me no, ebekafi. Na yetumi aye adwuma no. The internal management. The ya so back through position. And do na metie o video kito bi woni say John opposition ya emu ya nti say adwuma aban aye ni anamo a watu you could see there's a future for the nation. It's up to the party no say yen no ye be lusu anagina yeso. If we can come together and united front and make sure say we'll break the 8 it's up to the MPP supporters, especially those that are kwa bonti akobon toa ama party no adwuma ya for the last na nabekona in the 8 years to account to the nation. Inti any other can say the new executives must look into it and bring everybody on board. Very well. Make sure we work together. Very well.
Inti Honorable Kojo Eduasare and so our former MP for Adentan constituency. Or former member as an MP, not a member of the Cocoa Affairs and Agri Committee, and outside Parliament, obey CEO Edema. Yes, youth enterprise support, and also a presidential staffer under the erstwhile NDC administration with John Mahama as president of the Republic. Kojo Eduasare, akwaba pom to say.
Obi. Yeah,
fantastic.
Madam Fune, Papa knows over president.
Papa Bear.
Some about committee, and also the agri.
No, agri minister or committee. The current agri minister.
No, deputy.
No, a ranking member.
Ranking, yes.
No, a ranking member.
Honorable the late Okobo Deborah.
Okay.
Was the ranking.
Oh, okay.
Then doctor na ranking. No, a deputy.
No, the
ranking,
chairman.
The chairman of the committee.
Yeah.
Okay.
Deborah
ranking, and we deputy ranking.
Okay. But Deborah was solid.
Oh, Sky.
He was he's a superman.
Deborah no.
Please. He's a fantastic guy.
Please. He's so politician.
Very, very. Humility nkwa.
Na oye MP constituency be.
No free no for be.
The friend was saying. Brown somewhere.
No Brown. Enya northern region. Deborah.
Somewhere Deborah.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is them Krazan or something.
The time me. Before they came to power?
I think so.
I think I'm saying I'm in opposition.
After 2012, baby.
And I'm so free.
Meaning potential now or a Greek minister, potential a Greek minister.
I think he's been an Greek minister.
I think before time. No,
he was an Greek minister.
And he was a member of parliament.
Heavily. Wabin. And he's a farmer as well.
Okay.
He took us to his cocoa farm. Charlie.
He was a solid guy.
Yeah, no. You understand? He has solid command on matters.
Oh, yes.
You know, and even though we were in government at the time, his contributions at the committee level, Masa.
Oh, Deborah, why wouldn't Deborah?
Okay, in the effect saying, Kwabena Bonfe James said he was regional minister for Bono Ahafo, then Northern region and also Asante region. To a minister, then he's solid.
No.
I think he was ADB manager as well.
Right.
Top man, theory and practice.
No. I'm talking from my personal
experience
with him. Like contact.
Yeah.
We were on a committee together, Masa.
Deborah was a solid
Ghana,
guy.
we don't celebrate people. That's the problem. I mean, I'm sure, say, that time now, your committee chairman, Dr. Yakubu.
Okay.
Afraid Dr. Nabisan about this man. You will hear so many things. No, I mean, he was like a resource material even for Dr. Yakubu at the time.
Who was the chairman?
Who was then the chairman. Then he didn't joke with him. And Obuadia or Kasa with, like, you are cratchy.
Yeah.
What you say? Oh, my own who say, Obia or Nimadie, unim say, we nim chen. You so or can or count the crana, and ye we cry the way or bet yena, Oya, or bet correcting in your be and still want to let you feel good. Say, even though you can, and yet say, or be fat and I'll be crying or be more feel good. You even made that. No, yeah, different.
And the Obi said, Honorable Deborah was MP for Tano constituency before it was split into two.
Right.
And I think Onono called Tano North.
Right.
Onono called Tano North at the time. It may his soul rest in perfect peace. Not just a Yashre Ade. Many don't know the story.
No, I'm being honest.
But no man know they know.
Honorable Sansia, he and that's it. Others are near New they will tell you.
Okay.
He's
that's
repository
of knowledge.
Mr. One here, Obi or a teacher. He's one of the people that in Parliament you can say is a Ogrumu parliamentarians. So they could come from the committee in this animal. Oh, but Tom for fra. You go for fra. We who arrogance, money.
You won't find
this man. You won't feel. What is I could say?
I could say a Greek minister.
Debbie, why?
No, me say Greek minister.
I don't could free. You should give me a boy out to boss.
Sorry. We a doctor Akoto free. You know what Dr. Akoto say? Former Otafo MP.
We are some coca so why one who pay no be akojima no akosi boni.
Oh, na sa o kan na wa kan.
The American say. The American say. Asem no baby a na ehye na de ahye hwa mame. Me kan Akoto say the former
monitoring and
evaluation minister. Solid guy. Obi on any call parliament be abeka na so much. From both sides. Obechire wade. My work finance committee. I mean, we're a very good friend. But just say, Okan Obia Wakuto said, I already know a teacher. He was a lecturer in Ade.
Yeah.
Somebody sign another brat. Sign another brat.
Already point of order. So botai.
I won't guys ask them. I mean, you know, I'm citizen.
The current Greek minister, Dr. Akoto Efri, you served on the committee.
Doctor, can't finance me.
I mean, he trusts me. Me, who's come and say, Ping. When it comes to Dr. Efri Akoto,
Efri Akoto,
or no, a bano sa cocoa ni coffee. Issues now. I think he has some some experience and all of that. I think he's into coffee production and all of those things. And of course, they all come with, almost speciality. That's the benefit you get from putting different people around a committee. You understand? And so each one of them came in with something, peculiar. So, but the other thing, me personally, and I'm being honest and whatever, the temperament a bit, for me.
A problem.
That is the only bit. But his contribution at the time in terms of discussion on. He's solid. He knows. You say this whole thing borders on a bit of any experience over a period. What I say,
and also a Cambridge training.
And I mean, canon. So the only a year me. This year made the bed this year and what I'm just talking about. His temperament is a bit,
But that's the key in life.
What's that?
But that's
temperament,
the key. No? That's the key in life.
I know. Pet year no free one.
Now me say,
there are great ministry in Ankasano. It's a very difficult area to work. That I know for a fact. Very, very difficult. And maybe a fase rice project bia wo ehunipa.
Okay, like funding never for the project. It comes with human resource.
No, as I say, you create.
Okay.
The same project, ebia we were Northern region, the same area.
Yeah.
It's way capre in Raha. And I wake car and call way dimu. And I mean under the same ministry. It's about the management of Sanema and yet so cumbersome. So the civil service system Nankasa so a sense politics and Nemanema be brave. You really need a tough person to always manage a Greek. And the would diagra unko any. Unko any mobe kwa so bibi betu abawachi. But hey,
anyway,
politics
well. He was the Minister of Food and Agric from 2005 to 2008.
Yeah, I remember.
During President of Force.
Is it like quality grain issues? Maybe I think he was Tama MPP before Bayer, and he was the one who was pushing for the Manema B.
Onel Amponsa in Amsterdam says, "Hey Obi, do you want Chairman Boateng to get problem? Chairman Sheikh Keke.
Hey. Kojo do as the ordinary betra na one kasa one can
be bold. I mean you be bold.
Say bold we dey say we do time and na kuro be hand over mamia. By all means I will take it. But Obi, the most important say you betray. Me boy. Me the be aya na me can say all the presidential aspirants are almost free MPP bana. Emreso no mu decide so mu now so one position, so one person will be president. You better assess you. If you have, you better obia need you better me aye. Obia odija we say a twaba man, you better twaba. What you say? Obia subai because nipa na be di omo anymore. They shouldn't think say na nado ekwa omu di na chi. Na ye bo na chi dom na omu bodyguards ni president na no ano no. When the council actually. Just I know mu dwi dia omu nyae. Na president ni de Ghana for any MPP for nim de ye beto amano o ti ase enti ni bebre no ni nyina ye be ka obia suban ha because nipa na no be adwuma ade no obi kan bibia a kire me say o de yemfa obia ministry emfa anya adwuma e bia ba monti abe na so o ti ase ora Achre Martin so free trade o so be di president e be bisa trade hono hot say nipa be na no be ye de na e course wo hono mo a e be yi ura koto free ya boni din.
Yes.
So on so pay planting for food. Ni ebisa say nipa ben na no be adwuma. So you're planting for food, and yet sabi banchine board is in Remuno. So
yes,
a nipa na number be juma. So we assess all those things. It ye be president na bibia na president nko. President so no the staff na ye juma. Huh? You see a person party ni ye obi a party na person obedi animu no. You tell us your contribution, because for me, we are minister. Na uwo deputies be 3 or 4 shawasi. A umu nyina members of parliament. A big constituency kura na din struggle. At the time 2016, no we need hope, but the constituencies give them opportunity. A umu free krasi me can baby I can cry. It is a see they say they can hold the honey in a ya ye jidi say can fu ya there be American production me near bri or honey free. That's all your minister. Na party no reps be wo wase. No ma election no mu lusu a. Oba na da be president.
I was say ye busa minister nso.
Now you bisa da party no kan party na ba power who di minister wo no na de ma. Who asked you? Me me say na ma we nyina ya twere gu ho. Me say we minister. And now you about 137 ye near bri. Now you minister na wachi. Na be a candidates. Be 3 elusu. A wo nyina free village. Na be adwuma ekura so no hopa na adwuma na wo. Na wa sorry now so we president di na yahwe. Hey. Odia I'm so I'm prepare na sa 2024 no. Yemfa media agro.
Wow.
Yemfa media agro.
Really interesting. But let me say NDC must start with elections no.
The branch friends.
Branch elections are here.
Yeah, starting from Tochida and Deko. Must start we. The next Monday they ban vetting ni Ekosiisen. From tomorrow I think up to the 9th or 10th or thereabout. No. The elections will begin from the
main way in the Hey,
oh, say, I'm contesting. Obia, I'm sure say I already say I'm sure now what shall support Munsua. Who China.
Drew Hana MPs no interest, no.
Oh, of course. I know they say Omona
so one year the sapa. One say starting branch and so no one more near Kumua. I know they be 2 MP.
Obia's son in Crawford one particular friends branches when never bound
so primaries now worry.
Ulu so hona na onim say wo primaries no.
Ona ye ko share on come said then cry oba obelus.
Go for 19 oil be bring
na yem fanchi kusia krama on edi obelus. You must keep your eyes on the road. Parliament I call recess near the
a good time. Exactly. Recess not a good time.
Exactly. So it gives the
no wonder says how Fred NDC MPs now will be out in the constituency.
Exactly. That's this
is
their fallacy. Because we constituency chairman or secretary no interest. They all have interest.
And you go far so messy about.
So people will deal with you when you grow up. So now you did you say. You see, I politics no baby could do no. Some of us we have.
It's only what kind of that.
We have lost interest. We have lost interest. I think so. You know, so full cry before could dinner.
And also they're calling no.
Oh, me auntie, me tell you,
what's your other
we auntie say a loud part yeah me call. Because politics it's not helping this country. I'm telling you the truth. I'm so disappointed in the kind of politics we do in this country. Yeah, because you push. It's not solving problems. So what I say, and the Christianity in itself has not helped.
It's terrible. It's
Christianity in itself has not helped, and just say social media has come to
exacerbate the situation.
Exactly. You know, I feel so sad. Say our country, in our lifetime, we have watched things degenerate you know, and that we don't seem to have a clue. So we don't seem to have a clue. We all think that the clue is in the future. You understand? But what future are we bringing up? And is it today? I was listening to, I think Joy early morning, news item be almost discussing later. I hear say students, middle school, SHS students, almost TSK for invigilators to like ya promise you almost say omoba exams room one. The invigilators will give them the opportunity to you kind of sample. Copy exactly. SHS. And like they took money, and these people were fighting. You could hear on the sound bite say, "Omoba, no, think something happened, and they could not get that opportunity to do what was promised." And a pie, and students they over that. Into SHS level. Now share SRC and university elections. Now share their Ekosiisen before their leadership is elected. Massa, that's why I've given up.
It's sad, and
that's why I've given up, because I thought say the future leaders will come with something new. But if these things are happening at this stage, I better go to sleep.
It's a sad reality.
For that community. Let me, because I can't see where the hope is coming from.
It's a sad reality.
I can't see, and we have roped in religion. What I say? We have roped religion into politics. Into voices of conscience. To me, Jina ekasa hey, you tisa yo ye bisa say crying onupa beje lo. What I say? Opinion ni wa na at the figurative you say like ankankola akwa penyin bi beba betia omo. Who are those penyin for in this country, as you know? Mention one for me. One are only compromised in this country today. So a judge, so a sort for, so a police head, so a mention one for me. Until the Mikasa might give you up. It's not because of anything. I think say what I thought say earlier on in life, some 15, 20 years ago, when what I thought say this country could become.
No, but where I agree with you, and on the bit about the youth, and also the generations before us are disappointed. Yes. Unfortunately, Omo bequeathy value systems between Yansun Kwalana Yerban, and I think it all comes down to the values we cherish. In common way, Ube Dino Esro. Action, abasa action, and nine, it comes down to the values. Because at the end of the day, integrity now means nothing to the ordinary Ghanaian. Integrity, integrity, checks. Integrity means nothing. Discipline, it is gone. Please. Discipline is gone. About how do I make money? Irrespective of how I do it, and on the air trustworthiness. In the end, only nipa no wa sorry kra we be shop say o metena no ma wo no obewiawa gu shop no poto, and the trustworthiness is gone. Not even in the church or in the church in the church where Paul can say boni bi o kra won say your boss wa sorry them, because it should be alien to the church ben asori nim na obe hu no. You know, if you want some of the most corrupt people, you find them in the church and in the mosque. Because go around all the ministries, department agencies, media, private sector, everywhere. Christians dominate. It is something I dream one say, is it because message I preach at the pulpit na see assassin? And now say, ye nyaya mania fa akwantempo atetene ne nyaya wo so, because teach the child the way he or she should go. And I don't know, maybe I am no. You started Sunday school, you trust Sunday school a shaping and value systems. But I don't understand.
Because of Sunday, What you
I
say?
don't understand.
Mami Cho, for the last 30 years, now me transfer me dream when these charismatics and all those things were coming from 92. Me hona me hu ni kese pa.
Asempa FM 94.
The preaching was then. Students are normal for so mo call Pentecostals. Yeah, we say kata utri so Roman. Ni we ni mu discipline a certain dress. Even Catholic. Now to me Saturday be anko. The fathers no mo kata utri so your boy. You have to wear something because of the sisters. Something that has to come more than your need. Otiase. At the time me kaipa in Kuforidia. This me more sorry ni din because yes I. Preaching and nobody my man and Kwalana neighbor and say Saturday be a ope. Huh? Then that's where the miniskirt and all those things started. Now you're quite yeah. Students are post this that. I didn't know yentias, but we are copying. I'm not saying that was a bad thing, but near copy BB and near him the copy. And no now be doing and somehow kind need a the one thing I took out of the thing is about the discipline. And also it's gone. If discipline is gone, what are we talking about?
Then we've lost it.
Right. The value I can boils to the discipline. And Nipano, where in your discipline from? In fact, look at the discipline in the houses. Part time bia making sure say you hip in the line because you can't. So one funny dia ma penia untna bronumu ha. There are some areas people are not used to know to me point of power. To me, why? Because the disappearing in that area, Obi, discipline is gone. It's gone. And it affects all the sectors. The political party, whatever, sorry, Obia. Now, Obia has also not told you any mamidi. So the father of the word is on told you any mamidi. Bibia ni we are singing. I know if you're in a betom. Ask yourself, where is it coming from? So, baby, a yejina. Na me dey me ya say, yen ankasa yen enema ye hwe ye economic standard. Na ye hwe ye attitude, na ye hwe ye behavior. Na sa enema na ye copy nyina obi bibie entire chire. There's no hope to say yen we are proud about this production way ye dia. Say Ghana ye ti o papa bibisa ho. And next services upon services in so I see inherit yanso any money cry ye nibi nti they die ye copy a certain standard na bia na me to me mafu say obi uhu dia obi hu o TV so a enye niam ni nyina na ye reality on the ground some stars na uhu omo ko shentade bia na ofo say ko share say wi akoyesa sa atade no na o sha so the abegina state also all copy who pay biato bisa ho say eno hye no every day ana but obehwe na fe aba na ye mano asta take copy because they want to show it out there and then the Christianity crying
because again I think gatekeepers so and they say oh boss say who is that gatekeeper now in our society the gatekeepers also allowed certain things to in the omokoda kakrama ni maybe be real
omo politics face the facts omo kotitare politics no they did not see themselves as gatekeepers. They never saw themselves as gatekeepers and omo kotitare politics on share political atade like political party atade
but congregation
your friend is saying and in the clandestine, whatever. See, they cannot look them in the face and tell them what is wrong with our society.
But when him say, the 5 serious strands are or more across every society. In the politicians, one. Traditional and religious leaderships. The technocrats.
Right.
And at the media, the role of the media, it cannot be overemphasized. Extremely important.
Extremely.
Technocrats.
Academia.
Oh, academia. Include your money now, in your academia, your lawyers, your civil engineers, all of them
all
are
the
here.
judges.
Your public servants, your civil service, then you come to, I mentioned, traditional and religious leaders. And then
politicians.
And
Don't forget the judiciary.
You can safely put them
no,
under
but judiciary has a peculiar...
A key role to also
Exactly.
play. I agree. Because, I mean, societies should be run fairly.
Exactly.
Laws, justice, and everything.
Exactly.
You can also treat them as a way.
Right.
And also all these strands are, and as a key sectors are, in a country. Which one is the last man standing? I'll because a way there. When everything has failed, when the equipment and say I share discussion from that angle.
And if our listeners think say they have some standing, they should also text it to you. Normal reasons why they think say wage now. Because like I said, me know my it has to do with this current leaders, people who are considered to be rife for leadership. Okay, they were the few who saw the vision of the forebears of the country. What I say, Yamubino, Yambe Omumubi when they were in their prime, Mukuta or mine, Omumubi there, they saw it. And they know, they read the ideologies and the whining, the foundational structures are the DCC how to build the country called Ghana. They saw it. And they are the custodians at this stage. What have they done with it? Almost on the data, your friend is saying, no, me bana oka, mo can customs. Your friend is saying, who is the head of customs board? No, this year.
Your friend is saying, no, okay, GRA board.
GRA.
In the GRA, the board chairman was Stephen Ade. I think he's been. Is he still there? I think he's been changed. Yes, but GRA boss nankasa Reverend.
No, you see why I brought only Dean and
Stephen.
Yes,
Ade.
This was a man who had just said until now had.
He's not there.
It doesn't matter. He was
How many years of?
Say 2 years crown obedia. I think he could have done something. Yet kasa ye kan wasema ye betimi aka. Do you understand? These were people who gave us a certain hope at a certain point. And if you say, giving opportunities like that, they will make a difference. This or no about every recently. Now we are still talking about this very, very issue. Where is he?
Okay, I hear the new board chairman for GRA, Tony Otinges, another huge statesman.
You understand? It's not about the statesman matter. Oh
no, maybe I'm
it's not about statesman. It's about what you do with what you have or what has been
the authority given you.
That's right. Do you understand? Asema Mokano, when I was coming,
it was mind-boggling.
But I was so sad. Say, for 3 to 4 years, a system like this had existed, and there are leaders, and I mean, people like McMenu and co at the board level, GPH, and he's one person I respect so much. Man can't try me, boy. McMenu is one because I have a certain a year of him. Ne past the man be a I hold him in that I couldn't believe, sir. He could be at a place where things like this could be happening. Now, solution. It doesn't fit in for me. It doesn't fit in. It doesn't fit. It didn't make this house say, who is the last man standing? Obia utie and bia unim say akai biwo baby no. Put them out.
I did not want to. In fact, I have not lost hope, and let me say it that way. So I mean, lose hope. But if you look at the problem we are confronted with, say, breaking it down, and who say every society is structured, and at every point in time, you find yourself in one of these structures. In the Yaka media, you can be a technocrat, and by technocrat, you shouldn't loosely into public sector, civil service, plus academia, we have the judiciary. Now, Waba, and this is even where it is more critical because Omo ena ekura custodians of our traditions, our culture, our religious beliefs and everything. Traditional and religious leadership, extremely critical. And our politicians. You know what happens? Sawusha sa nipeku amabo nyina. Omo omusa politicians no. In terms of numbers.
Yes. Yes. Some they are just supervisors.
Omo na isawum. But ya kwa say would say all the other four no my politicians now they influence you how was it possible? Is it because the politicians don't control the state's resources? They acquire some power. They can control all the other sectors.
But Obi, intertwine. You see, you're a politician feel buy. Abia why judiciary pay. Abia why software pay. Why technocrat. Yeah. Oti abusiam okwa sorry.
Ono so ye Ghana ni.
Okwa sorry. Baby oti no. You say the position now crowd go back tell you say or your politician. The software the bell lobby man. Because the software had relationship with the leadership. Esebi oti ho. Intiro masori nipa any that kind of thing. I can mention plenty of them, including their past and present. They all lobby.
94.
What do you say? Na sabi. Obi Okaso president is swabet now. Me so for ni Obi. Oh, chairman. And then the baby outi kwajo. So me so for no wafana. Look at the connection that's going around. Your major challenge. Ye timu Obi. Say ye ka say ye twa ni akoye chia. Me the only thing I say unlusu hope. I mean no ya drink a cry. Say how are we going to change?
Way forward near day.
Are we going to think about the generational or move back to think say okay so our generation where DNA di jawom. Are we prepared? As I'm making not too long ago, 30 years, me 30 years down the line, Obi. Make me catch or say you can't discipline or my man be woman. But within the 30 years back now, or 30 years from 92 to now, I make me. That is where I beginning to realize. So in discipline, and in all, opa, what the asoma could you make and offer a nation? We start from 92, and we start this democracy.
Yeah.
Giddy. Yeah, copy. Ubien can be. Media be powerful in this era. What did they add up to? When we are trying to hear their voice, to say so media is the fourth realm. They are coming to check corruption, this and that. And I'm crying a compromise on Chubia. On cry neighbor or tear, it's just about Tituano. Who Nipana wire, the Crocco could be standing in the Duncomo, Kokuma, Ginidia and Sana. Yemema, Diana, Diamond and die. So, what you say? So, the situation that we are in now, until we change our orientation, start to let the generation na ebano say listen omaya yetimi ye ni bibia ta ye chi o
but no chairman how do it because unim say a generation is at least for 30 years in the Ebekasa from 92 till 2022 a one whole generation
yes
30 years.
Yes 30 years
the next 30 years that will be 2052 2052
exactly.
The next 30 years, one other generation.
Get them busy.
But how do you? Because
hold on. Obi, I'm coming, and I'll show you. Get them busy, because in that era to now, that 30 years, it has becoming services. Into a Colano free school banner. Or near Jumada, then he realized that there's money somewhere in politics. Let me go and insult someone, and somebody recognize me. Now, on family may be or bar the preoccupation again. Corruption, because no, I didn't know you're in the crowd. How do you make money? What you say? And the BIA say from the 2020 cover the dia kumuno. If we beginning to change our orientation, say Ghana, you manufacture car. Yeah, manufacture your friend is saying nuclear weapons. Yeah, dear pie, dear. Yeah, dear, it is farming. Because you can be also, I mean, I'm going to crash and I'm going farming. It's not a bad thing at all. let's begin it from now to the year 2052. I can say our next production is about farms. When you are coming, the Obaba Besieni, when you are busy, say Uti Obi, and then I make one of your sister station. Say you change the constitution ya yetimu. I catch ya who say Obia why you ready so person your politics and as obey a member of parliament. We want to see 100-acre farm. We don't care what you plant. Ya fashion constitution. Mo Obia me drum can say a law na nipa right. We want to feed this nation. We want to get them busy. Obia for 100-acre land, 100-acre farms. Fa can receive you before you can contest. We don't care wherever you are contesting from. Okay? Get them busy. And then parliament enquire a place obi enya adwuma da. Onya adwuma da. Omo abrabo da obi owie school ape. Na the first you say I'm going to stand as a member of parliament. A legislature who are going to represent 30 million people in this continent. Near the choboy na akoto abama no. And then I'll be expecting. So if you have 100-acre farm, production before you decide, say, I'm now going to politics, not to offer to the nation.
I am thinking, sir, the tweaking of our laws, not a year. But say lawyers back say you don't build something on nothing. I think fundamentally, Chairman, because Mrebi are obeying Nipa ne be implementing right.
And I'm making.
What values have you pumped into Sanko for? Because if we don't go back, you want JSS, yeah, cultural studies, and I would say here, say cultural studies, ebwa a change yemubi orientation. Because cultural studies, you see, I say, Ofroka na penny baraka na yama. Sorry, no day.
What has happened to it?
In
our days, it used to be called civics.
Yes.
Okay. In our days, it used to be called civics. It's free. Or curriculum more.
Now be obeying na better because parents they okay krebu I no parents no mommy and I no papa na moti trotro ma penny ba no apija the father say wetua
yeah
catch us sorry na penny ni
and
then all catch us trans na metua because
you enchire no
that is the point me see and obeka chance say on trans na wetua ye nyina yetua I na mintua na me de me ba na meji
and in the UK so you know it
yes
besine obe
sorry
o tiase nti ye no obi baby a do no any enema na ye copy no and I mean na catch say we copied it wrongly
and yeah bibia ye copy free but me see UK my boy UK di natural you know what I'm talking about UK got na bass mu abrewa obi a ye physically challenged and you will get up you try cry my own
kwajo when they were preaching all these civilizations talking about abrofo there abrofo nkwala all right omutumi na omo parents kasa o hwe bi on TV so no who can't remember how many of them have seen what you are talking about. So my point is that TV now who hwe na akwala no want the right all challenging the parent no. My point is that idea ye copy ye hu bibia e pese ye bi. But you are copying it wrongly because who say who say who movie so who say be openage now akwala na ti ho a wo de aka utiri majority of the population now can omu hu a omu nyina sorry
you see
no eno na me te wase and I think one and what say asoma you lose the power and the efficiency the influence of education and the media.
Yes,
education because honorable some of these values are taught.
Right.
In what you're saying in the UK, it is taught. When you say
yes,
it happens. In Norway, before so many 5 years now, and I'm told that when you go to school, one of the things you recite every morning, when it is not yours, don't take it. When it is not yours, don't take it. Those things are not done for doing sake. It pumps something into the mind because and I make about the next 30 years.
In our days.
Yes.
Every morning,
yes,
I promise on my honor to be faithful and loyal to Ghana, my motherland. Yes. I pledge myself to the service of Ghana with all my strength and with all my heart.
I don't know.
I promise to hold which school?
I promise to hold in high esteem the heritage one. When you recite these things every morning, minim say new curriculum development on basic schools no say on beside is our civics naba. Up be the moral education as because we need to teach these things. And unama and adia me who charming snow ye baby I may be jina Johnson Okroma. And sometimes who be a say, hey, what's that? I don't know, say me drew a Ministry of Defense. Ministry of Defense, and Nimo, South traffic light now, who free Land Commissioner, Ministry of Defense. Unya traffic light now, war, now. Papa, I'm say, hey, that own social Ministry of Defense.
Soldier for zone, military zone.
And then, no, say school, Kolani Pond School. Baby, no much school college school uniform. And it tells you, say, Omohudi and Penifone.
Mr. Yankola Brim Monday, Unya Landu school. Your friend, your friend session those days.
Yes.
Your first session. Your show nails, that show three uniform. Massa, all these things. And now be a pam the shows and now the Kotoje will be there were chasing the CC. That's
the police for the police for charges of Ukroma. Men who police be not said why papis the games now
who can share your TV show morning daylight programs. Daylight programs. Pornography. And
another thing, a media, they have a high dream power.
If you want to even blame the private media, it will blame on better. But the state media, and the state media, it show foreign countries telenovela. I was scandalized.
No, it's you know why they will tell you, say, the whatever resources to produce local. Those days, I can't drama. Ni osofu dazi no money. They were shaping society. What I say? What the Americans used to influence the world. Movies.
Hollywood.
What I say? We saw the James Bond. Normal your car way na sakas na It is because somebody sat back futuristic nema and omaya research and omaya breakthrough. Yamsuya there in those days. A drama near the Osofodazi and it was helping to shape society. And then look at our traditional system.
We have a problem. We have a problem. And
it's also because
how they've conducted
half
themselves
of them or more have compromised their place. What you say?
Except those that don't have opportunity.
I'm saying on any bane in the which territory and which area? Tell me. They are there and they are cost. Just say and when you are doing this. Nonsense, Sabi. Nkwalabi be jinawana omo can be na enye there.
Na there ya kwa nkwala no kra obi enye community no. Ene o share and I know me see me per radio on my phone. Kwajo me be is internet radio, internet TV. Just on that side now mu here lances in there. And 1001. Na asana
no regulation.
Na obia so ti obia kasa. The me yakre choma ene choma kuma kura say atem the no should draw attention because bad news.
Google Jimmy. The word Jimmy.
It will come.
It's the word the most used word in Ghana. The most used
opportunity. No wa friend we deepeni atem. No wa fa omanpani no wa fa kwadwo no wa fa with the society apeso uhia bibi efiri obi ho. He sabi utu we obi ka tell me say me tie obi pa. Do you think it's what so for the voice? And you are a role model for the society. Obi ebetimi asem obeka afa just because of feel say sabi and koma old
gatekeepers no no let's know because I want to hear some me too many me
so it is time say sabi yen nyina besan tena sibio nyame nkuye kakra aka they okay work on the next 30 years maybe at that time na kwajo no we di 80 something maybe I so
but the next 30 years no if we want to shape the mindset of the next generation. Because at the end of the day, there should be a solution and a clear way forward. SS is an agent of socialization. And in himself, the first agent of socialization is the home, the family. And I think there is that onerous responsibility on the family as well.
Very.
And parenting. And parenting is so critical now, say. And because of the pressures of the world, it was our phone PA Juma, it was some copies cabafie, any other time for Kolana Kwakwe problem. It comes that because first values and Kolani Besuya from their parents, whether you like it or not. And so now the next Aquakwe school in the area parenting, then you have your education, the curricula we put together, the teachers who teach our kids in school. Extremely important. And then you come to the church and our mosques, Islam, Christianity, and all the other, your friends say denominations, beliefs. Extremely critical. And there was a sorry role in all of this. Because sometimes, no, say who can win in a country a 71% claim to be Christians. It's embarrassing.
It's embarrassing. Let me be very frank and honest with you. They have not lost it all.
Obviously.
They have not lost it all.
Yes.
But their influence is beginning to diminish. Yeah. It's going down every now and then. What you say? Sebi, omu nimwa. That we have to acknowledge.
It be as rather ask without the church.
Yes. Where would we have been? That is the truth. So
I want to acknowledge. But you can also make comparative analysis to those many countries are.
No.
Christianity and culture. But do to me so compare. Because you see, the point is that sorry na ye Kenya big in the last 30 years.
Yeah, that's true.
So ask yourself. Before 30 years then, cannot. Now how was the society?
94.7.
Were we disciplined? Now that I'm not joking. Hold on. My point that I'm trying to say is that I'm not challenging what you are saying. But what I'm trying to say is that churches in the Bible. Let's compare. The influence now can what have we impact on the society? And the churches in our schools at the time, churches Orthodox churches control. How was it before this Christian when it is you can't just say
that's why I want to come in. Before then, now we'll come. What was the dispensation?
Not democracy.
Yes. So there was a little bit of autocracy from 1972
to 1991.
Just from that time, it was just 79 September to 81 December. Ena yenya liman.
Yeah.
From that time, the Babesi 92 na
military
rule. Inti me as a young boy at the time, not meaning say I'm out for a be woman. 94.7 because I say bina so just for copy people were. That is where I blame politics.
And I blame democracy.
Well, okay, that's true. And that's why I blame
democracy. Blame democracy, not the politics.
This party politics,
multi-party politics.
That is where that comes in.
Whatever
because
democracy.
When we veered, because it was like we were craving it over a very long period. Until when we got it finally, and we dropped our guard, and we have continued to drop that guard until today. Because we had moments when you go to circle and you cannot drop a piece of paper in this country, Accra here. You didn't drop one, maybe what ticket, amount ticket, bina one cry. Now, Salif Amankwa will deal with you. who cut them a pot. There used to be this guy called Kwantabisa. Kobisa, you can't fool around. Uba police mu, you will be a friend, Jack Bebley. Eventually, he had some issues, and then Uko military nim, the warrant officer Isaac Frimpong and co. You can say no bagawaya. Udi kwa sasa mne dudu gon abaras. Ye beshe.
But Anthony Nukbenu said, but for democracy, anka ye yente ha ye kasa on radio.
Please.
So what?
Please. Uko Rwanda. They are practicing a certain democracy.
Yeah.
A certain. That's why. A certain kind of democracy. Enye ye DAEB.
No be now kasa
I said, say, we went for democracy.
Yes.
And we threw everything else away. We dropped our guard and allowed this kind of democracy to thrive. This kind, our kind. And I'm not sure, sir, this kind of democracy is what is pertaining elsewhere. What you say? Where we think, say, like you said, utumi jina baby junso and get away with it. Utumi tnaka mutu adi Africa mutu chile. Then that is democracy. I don't get it. That is not the democracy we are talking about. Democracy must move in tandem with rule of law. Rule of law. And the law must protect the sanctity of the nation.
Of the state.
Of the state. What you say? Some ye bonia. Yan shamenim, some ye kwapimni, inti media yen treating me different. Na yan kohwe obi so anim ne wofa ena ya asemesi inti ono so oye the same bonia yen treating me different.
Na one kohwe one nimu.
What you say? That law is what we are talking about. We started dropping them one by one. When the GBCs were limiting programs. So we did 13. We did 13. And I'm proud so na say we buy drop furious recorder. And papa ahwe ne ba ahwe den
Omu ya no ma say
discuss it. You understand? So please, how does this wake your friend with democracy emanate?
No, but you see, this what can you after the word democracy, they think is
we are no master discuss.
But the bigger mistakes are you bet me I can say at the time and someone not joking in that dictatorship rule, it should have guide us to implement most of our laws. Okay? Say ye nim say sa die we say the not joking. Yen to ball and to abonting. A dear near the guiding at the time when you decide
no. I mean, can be not twice. Bola no, Bola no, ye di bola, It state no, you provide where my father kept telling me, before you tell any man, don't urinate here. Provide him
Baby Obe Johnson.
So what I'm saying is it should have guided us to put the system in place. Yeah, democracy and yes, yeah, copy obedience. Or try revolution be about 100 years, about 170 years. Or the idea he put the system in place. Until at the end, also yeah, democracy. Ultimately, we said, BBN said answer sound.
Building upon something.
Yes.
Yeah, the idiot was on nothing.
Thank you. BBN said answer sound. And you man could joke Kenya, okay, there you one so big, so I want it. You one you know, say, baby, I want to call. When you say what's in the US, what's in the UK, when I didn't work who be a high young one. Then one is a hono. Then yes, a first microphone, you saw I want. But the point is that you be tired at the revolution time. Into a nano, Uncle Jina Uncle $200 fee because you need to be free in the Chibeba. Or Banso as you cannot get us a farmer in fashion, me bottom Franco. Or Becca Chinese or better ticket now, the Opa Kutia and as a main Kutia. The Juma or the Aman on the way. So they built upon something. But you say, Jose, at the time, not so discipline when we now why you decide to say, yeah, democracy. How do we prepare ourselves?
Now, that 11 years of military rule under the PNDC, Did we miss a golden opportunity?
No. Obi, 11 years in the crowd. No, 11 years there.
11 years.
Also said that synchronized.
11 years should have
for free. Kwame Nkrumah time.
No, me can baby. Who said me about? Yenya military rule. Straight 11 years.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. And that's straight 11. That's more than a decade. It's enough to put
the system in place.
But at that time, no, you tell your worker, you dare not throw a paper here. How did we lose all of that?
Yeah.
No, there was no system in place. It was just a dictatorship. In
the 11 years, this our system.
All kinds of
because that time, all kinds will be now.
The system was there, but it was on fear. More than
built on fear rather than institution.
More than
institution. Anything I make I say.
Do you understand? Who's no say? Ube two ball and egu because so be who now okay ya beba show
and no pet.
In the answer one kasa no.
Ya build there conscience say because
exactly.
Of course.
There were
programs on TV. Adult education ni sa nema no fale femo ni ha omo wonyum bia ya compo so it talks about a peri yeah what ubesiesie ufie obepra ufie and sa nema no those days these were things they were showing to us on daily basis.
But why have we stopped? Why is there nobody at the National Media Commission or Information Ministry to say GTV wait a minute, we understand say Nioma Sasa. But there are certain things. This is a state broadcaster for crying out loud.
Obi.
That
we should say.
Now, say Speaker Michael Kwe had cause to complain. Say he was shocked. So who telenovela on GTV, the state broadcaster, a public service media. Gosh.
Now also, the state is contributing to
it. This was years ago. Anyemi koblo ni okabe o sikente. Chubo ni obanye ni huma chungbe na no. Oti ase fa praye na fa pra wo potem ye nia wo betimi na mesumi ye mafemu de. This are some and they were playing them on daily basis. You want to treat dear Ghana Kiafue, ya mama mo, ya mama yiko ae Ghana utis anyumnada. You want to cry dear, you want to igbe dear.
We need to do honorable if we do the same things. And we think say
Ghana fengoi kudewunye eyiwade Ghana fengoi kudewunye ehia Davidodo ehia de kawowo ehia Davido. Massa, these were songs that were being played on daily basis in different languages
every day,
and they were shaping society.
Yes. And my point is if we do the same things we'll be back here 2052 and have the same discussion.
Oh yes.
We need to be a bit more radical
and
aggressive in pumping values.
If
we look because say the same thing when
Mami can be being true. Mo FM station ya makoji. Mo kwakoji license.
Yes.
Unim a friend say requirement yedi license. Are you aware? Community service. Your broadcast for 24 hours, community service must take a certain more than 50%. I don't have the fact, but I'm sure some they should help us. That is the requirement for radio and TV stations. Intina, yes, certain parameters so that we cover the entire nation. Ubi anfa the perspective obabe propagating and no odebe apply. And when you guys are giving the license, the politics.
Because I don't know be I want them the
and I know now my baby because near Raya Suno and in your share where you
are watching, listen and read.
It I will also put part of that blame on the media.
That's what
maybe 5 sectors now a failure. The media was and I said it. I mean,
it was a
the mere fact that a whole chapter in the Constitution was dedicated to the media.
Right.
No, tells you, and the media's role, it's probably the most influential platform a country be out. US used the media in Hollywood. China used films to project a certain worldview of themselves. Say, they would do everything to get results. It is what movie did for them. Unfortunately for us, in the world, say, per country, per square kilometer. Or more radio stations, Ghana will be number one. No. Now UK, make I say a work class near a media studies, and a by a country be a radio stations. Make at the time Ghana will be over 400 radio stations. Everybody was shocked.
And who Nigeria?
Nigeria state be back.
Nigeria, they don't discuss politics like we do here. At all.
And now UK now can cry. Apart from the major one is BBC. Obieka Hwasem. Ubisa Akola or Nam Kromu. Ebisa say how many radio stations are 9 and TV stations are to me more 4. Yeah. I that's Obieka Sky and Waka BBC. No, we democracy no tia say chain.
I'm thinking, we should go back and understand the power of the media and harness that power and use it well.
The point is that what guide us to do it is a problem. Me, it's a media, you better go munina. If we buy, if we buy, do we anticipate? Says I bet media could do baby a duyana. And then you can religion, media okay, the power of media. And now, sorry, be ejina nipa nyina aye media.
Oh yes.
Ya betena ha ni ye preaching na mu no ye kwa ye sound the politics be same ni ye displacements na tem. Now you as a religious leader, huh? Do you expect in say congregation na ATO anyone o convert them at this radio station, you know? One more kwa sa statesman na ote ho no e dey no kwa akosua fi ni ho. What you say? So, ya man society no me between me yam shishimi. The way we are going yet to hold the idea granting am say I do time I was say you start your constitution ni biem. And looking at it, you know, say ya anye kwadwo misro. Say ya anye antrase anfa ya ni anhwe biewa. Your next 30 years now will come from now no. Huh? Me the make our radio stay bia na ohwa ne abeti me. But what ho na bodamfo bi atam etuo na sabi ye niema ya bre hu nyina ye ka democracy e pese ye hu no will go back. What you say? Because the build the society no ayam sisi
and say something ofa kuro bi so na say aye bi ikoso na wo hu nkwala na chale it's hard to break.
Nakwajo can be so pa awia bia my grandmother opra ofie the father some opra no pa awia no you have to make sure some wo trees you because duane beti egu honom I was say opra. What is he trying to say? Me na de bia na some kan say ba bi efi wona de yare ba no kra wan ko school. What you say? Obi ya tena ho ene okọ residency say obi a wo say owo sika na ko hwe ne backyard. But in those times yeah ma me no be fa price ko say de apotobi bremu friends fungi na omo akoso that time na ye ni chemical to clean it almost friend there be a fresh gem and so no dia kogusu no de prayer echi gota no thank you that time na society na here but that time I build ye changing that is what Obaba catch now we have to be saying say na all kind of obi be ka sika ye tua sika no so ukofa wo hefa sika no ebi so ni ono so a onya adwuma da bia ya na meti time I say ye levy buy let me be some question be the people that were discussing the ye levy
Asempa FM
meni kwadwo anka won hada na ebi so o say edi adwuma pa na o tax kro mu ntu ebida but they got audacity to come and sit here and talk about tax because ya question we be kakra with school into onim the components of tax the 4 or 3 arms of tax wa betna ha no the deepening atem ade na ade ban so nonsense unim nyansa unye say What you say? But take other. I'm just using it as an example. Take other jurisdictions. Say when the backward to CNN, when the backward to BBC, say also discuss a certain topic. Only who ask one. Almost all of them. Either say the Kwajo or a former member of parliament. Or a former state so and so. Yeah, but can youth as what youth agency paying. Yeah, go for Obi already 21. So Bobby discussing youth. No understand or you're
Chairman, my main kind message is Kakani fire announce we say things would have been worse without the church, from education to health care. And I agree.
Very true. We
are currently a NATO nation. That's no action, talk only.
I like that.
That's Samuel Brian Boabe. This one says,
like that.
As a teacher and a former student, one of the biggest factors leading to the high indiscipline in our society today is the abolishment of caning or lashing in our basic schools.
Well,
teachers play a greater role in shaping a child's behavior. We have to take a second look at that. Master Planner Junior, Kentampo, where say Obi, the problem. Okay, the person just deleted that message, but there are some other ones. Okay, also the problem is we don't take communication serious and use it for development. Punishment can never change our attitude. For instance, this Galamsey fight, only communication can win it. George Quatten Ewo Adenta. We say, Obi, tell Kojo Edward Sari that I say he's always okay. Where your friend is saying, Chairman Kojo Boato say, tell him that I say he's always putting American standard, and he's complaining about what? Tell him his party has failed the nation and its people. What are you getting the people busy for? Anthony, Nukbenu, and on the way.
So no NDC. Where's our sending message when I had this?
Where's the Obi? When you have a chief who dances buga in a palanquin, what do you expect? But animals was here when
oh, Charlie.
You, where was here when you? We say, good. Ejakwejo or Dallas, Texas. Obi, our main problem is discipline. Ghanaians are too indecipherable. Ain't Ejakwejo or Dallas not the way about. Now to James Kwabena Bonfair. And he says, okay. Obi, tell my brother Kwejo Edwasare that yes, things may seem so, yet it is in such hopeless situations that hope emerges. Did someone not ask, can anything good come out from Nazareth? Yet the Redeemer of lost human race, Jesus, came from Nazareth, born in a manger. Obi, that we are even discussing this conundrum is a reason not to give up on this country. Let us begin to show the desire to change by how we debate today. Antiochus of Libya was the African who was never defeated because defeat made him strong. He was the son of the earth goddess, whose mother empowered him anytime he was put on the floor. Let us learn from our failings. We can change. Let us begin by making little changes. Let us also give room for mistakes and failures. Life is not without failure. Positive and enduring changes takes time and effort. We are always in a rush. When you are in doubt about good fellows, read 1 Kings 19:18. There are always genuine men and women who are true and loyal to principle. Our case is not as bad as we always want to paint. There is also some good things among us. Let us be measured in pouring out anger at the system we have contributed in creating. A wrong analysis of the situation will always lead to the wrong disastrous conclusions. Also then, as far as agents of socialization are concerned, the first school for the child is the home. How are our homes made today? James Kwabena Bonfe, with some interesting perspective. Yeah. Really interesting perspective. But Mesofo Bako, Pastor George Osaya do. Or say Obi, how many times have I stated on your platform that what we need are values? As a country, we must stop this issue of whose values and uphold what we all know to be upright.
Sure.
Everyone knows what the values are, but we hide under liberalism and human rights to debase ourselves. Our morals have not just decayed. There is no trace even of the decayed morals. So help us God.
Right.
Radio for Development, God bless you for this line of program. Pastor George Osaya-Siedu, thank you. We are grateful. Obi, in fact, I perfectly agree with Kojo Eduasare about the manner in which politics in Ghana has become a field for those who can best vilify others, corrupt-minded people, arrogant and pompous people. But Eduasare is a player, and you ask him what did he do to change the status quo. In recent times, he's refined his politics, but how is he helping those who mentored or emulated him? Under this administration, there are equally very arrogant people for who some of us though fraternize with the Osono, but we want them to lose, to go back and learn their lessons. It's sad. Onel Amponsa, Ewo Amsterdam, and on the way, Abre Obi, gone were the days when your friend's mother could follow you home to chastise you because you had misconducted yourself in town. Try that in our generation, and you would know your real size. The value system is a subject that needs a holistic approach. Where Alex Martinson or no Ewo Koforidia, loads and loads of messages. But let's do our wrapping up now for Yenshe and sorry. The messages that I am sorry. I remember how many times my mom made me read Courtesy for Boys and Girls, and my school made us sing what was called patriotic songs every Friday.
Right.
This is what has made me who I am. Adomako, University of Ghana Business School, Legon. Obi, good afternoon. When former President Kufuor left office in 2008, okay, we know politics. Richard Krampawa Blekuma Central. Already, Yemfa 2008. Anyway, comparisons into in China. Where say Obi? Okay, again another political message. Inti, Chairman, yes.
Obi, quickly. Me did say, and by a topic at all, but this is the most one of the most important. Yeah. At the time, we all have to come together, like the leadership. Yeah, better not hide because you can't. We are singing the same song. What you say? Say, yeah, sir. We can never get up one day and say, sir, and among we a boy. And no. And now will be say from now to the next 30 years, what is the direction? There has to be a direction.
Direction, very important.
And if the direction is there, there's no way we will talk about politics because we are talking about the human growth, human society, how we are going to build them, the values and shape up all those discipline. And this you be kwaba de bia baba be kan kire ye ho say the minu Anthony Dibai no be kan no work refer so na say 16 years ago now ho 10 years me na me wa ha and me na metim every day no say the constitution can ye nya one day and fan to ho no man somebody will not preside this nation otia say enti ye besre ebi ene na ye kan be for to conclude my idea say o share to say yellow crobble and then am ti o man hene. And on said the assembly, I bring in any Afra because baby I would you mention one thing about Kubia. As some are one area, Krobo people are those in Nipa, Minoman Nantiache. I know them very well. What you say? A one society not time you sapa can discipline. Oh, wait me account on them. But then we should see. By me so you can yellow crop. But then some ye can obi. I 2 villages, 2 towns pe. And I could fast IECG near me in I'm telling you. I'm okay. And come yellow crop and come. Yellow as a constituency as I know, they are not part of it. And if even lower menya, as some crazy 2 towns in the whole lower menya. But because you use one word, krobo,
and they affect you.
I affect you, because I remember say issue by Yeti Easton. Meaning say Sebi the Omaihini our walk krobo land. Yellow 4 he met them. Now and then because Kanya na ya do so I affect you because I didn't I to say aha ne free ba
Yeah.
nti baabi e free na etwam wo wodie mu nti sɛ yes ye kodum kwadwo die ya num wodie a entumi nka baabi a asɛm no yɛ den ɛwo nti ate yɛ nyina afra na nti society choboi obi sɛ menti ase ade na modum yɛ die because yɛ die concession modum a yɛ nyina yɛate ase meters yɛ se mo nsesa yellow they are almost cooperative to work with the ECG. These two villages, Edu baby, now for politics here, they are beshim. You'll be constituency. He's looking for votes. Say, Mrantani ye choboy. Na man could dear chile, na me ko kasa chile, say, o munyaya, or somebody ko to abetiame. Now for a politics of the day. But any solution, ma on mine, any solution, ma community. What you say? It's yema the leadership. Somebody needs to sacrifice for something. Say, and na Koyota can be a house. Say, Olusu identify for certain mean kind no can. But ABI he decided to sacrifice for it. Me Lusukra, me Lusu. But so long as I can bring discipline, sa community. Na who said, and say ne dia 200 that ye be bodin dia kansem. Ye be bodin e dia kansem. Inti mesre say abri nyina no yen hwe de be yama society no na nye the convenience for us to say at the end of the day because we are politician ko di animu and no na ma the owo ase ho see the powers of it inti no obi we school ape oni any corporate experience be and the first preoccupation say me koye politics video obi atama menya post ne atam position ne dia mo obi na ot community na he doesn't even know how to manage human resource. Doesn't know how to manage human beings. And only a problem. I did on my muha. Enti mesre pa. Sen komo ye di enen. Ye nyina yemfa oka 5 ayi. Ye nyina fa ye honjim. The judges must be honest.
Semper FM.
It do baby anka say judge idie on share left on share right. It doesn't matter who appointed him. Case no eba wadietia oti ase sa yeba public service ekita me de bia meka me say oman 50% of our budget go waste because those people who supposed to mine it who has money for proper accountability ye baba we blame politician but meanwhile from the messenger in the ministry, public servant, do chief director is fooding. Do you know how many within? We are got tam. Chama Kojo Boate and answer Kojo Drasha Robert Transus or your minister. Files ni bi ho ya pa ne be mo wahu. And yes sir. Yema how can Kojo go and change the file? Who can go can was some Kojo minister or say oh and maybe safar no. File the banner bibi wo na say yi free ma ono the file has been built for like a year or you find say 4-5 years grants and oba ministry honum. How can he do anything about it? But one more on mine no say sika wo mo ho ne yedi yakoma hye mu say ono de okotena honum a obi ono de onya dwuma am obi a onya NDC ni onya MPP ni oya dwuma ama o mine no enkoso no obi ono kra and a seven
consultants.
Obu o mine ama and then customs in Koma Moody. Obi, why not end him the problem over there? I remember Professor Mills dedicate his life to make sure says our area honomo a whole president too. Only one of the video kobo bo honomo ko chinkrof okay.
Yeah.
Obi, yembisa who say ebo muhu ana. How come 12 years down the line? Yeah, repeating. Singing the same song. It's one agency. Yentumin reform ho. Yembisa who said, "Dear Namona, yentumin 2 or 1 to be been to mean sisa."
Dear one say for more revenue sources. No one activity it crossed 66% of more revenues. Weighing bridge was a musi to check bulk cargo eba.
4 years.
The letter from National Security was written in 2019. And the National Security Coordinator in the letter indicated, say, weighing bridge not safe for some time. In the minimum time, and I say 2015, say 2017, say 2018, obienim. But the emphasis from time who import us say or throw letter 2019 till now 3 years.
And you know how much it has cost the nation.
And you say import and receipt or the bebano. Wait, I no beka say ma die ni mudroni and no was mudi.
And do you know the revenue of mine Lucy?
It is too much.
Meanwhile, enya kwadwo enya chama boatin enya obi anete ho say ya fa obi adwuma mu a ye tua neka. And what are they getting? Some woman say side there. Ono receipt na wo dey man no say ofu say eno na offer no. Obi what the daso obviously ebo obi daso ebo dey to so no entinu ye ma we bridge ni kra nya dey enya djuma
it's honorable
yeah kakra bi me de asofo imam for the banu imam for I mean campy because me a Christian intino baby am if you know I'll start from there omunjai the self aggrandizement
no
omunwi state no kakra because nipa na ye adwuma wa sore ho no omo ba sore ho no omo pe adwuma ye no omo di sisi asore dan akese no omo nwi factories and nyema nka nkrofo na free universities na ade na omo sisi bi no when they come out they can go and work in such places. We hear water, pure water, cry, I say pure water, bottled water. Cry na ye ton. Engineers can work there, accountants can work there, clerks can work there, factory hands can work there. Uberena yakosi ultramodern 100 to 10,000 seater, then what. Oh, yeah, when you have to sit and do this because you are part of it. When other churches are building prisons for to help the state, because the prisoners, they are under pressure. We can see it. Yeah. We know the conditions under which they are. Now you tam Sikapudo near the huge edifice, state of the art. All kinds of gadgets and all of that. Jesus Christ called my jai Jerusalem call. Those days are now for they go to Jerusalem to go and worship. When he came, see the gospel must be spread. No more being sorry for no, it should touch them. There are church members who are sick. They can't access. You can't say healthcare because they don't have the money, they don't have what it takes, and they don't create the systems identify those people to even bring support to them. Those are the things I expect say to support the state with. No munjai, I'm building this, I'm building that, and I have the biggest whatever platform, and I have this. Please. I don't want to say too much, but it takes so much away from Christianity. Somebody was telling me, I said Jesus fed 5,000 men. Today, 5,000 men are feeding one person. The 5,000 men. And Bakubi, I mean, who was social media, and now say, it could be the $1 or two so for be any. Say, I don't know how much $1. And they buy America of all places. Or no Banyami Fiena say. Do you know how much money the person has in their pocket? And what they are going through after this COVID Nema experience? People are not working. People have lost their jobs. People have in America. And you are not sensitive to this situation where Frigana no be any $1 be the beer brewer. And you are chastising them for giving you $1. When I saw it, I said, really? This is where Christianity has gotten to. Momoka sa kesia ne mo adanya kesia na mutimu no eno na yemfandi emamo so that you forget say your coins in kitten and you dey building mu when you were in those single classroom na no coins na you build ya because Me, one thing, I believe in penny wise, pound foolish. What I say? Si can kitten. And no, na mo dia building. Now, when do baby, I'm doing when no one buy. Who call some of those places are the things you will see. Oh, you call a host to your intino, me and go who share Huniama and Bambe can't near dear. But Charlie, yes, Anna, when you read the Bible and you see what Christ and his disciples suffered to raise the gospel and to preach it. Now, and the gospel has become the basis for becoming rich. Uche invest amboa na masters amboa na we are just push your way, go and speak some good English or speak some history and you know get something to miracle and this and that and that. I don't want to be a Christian.
Christ did not die for this. It's sad, but that's where we are. Do have a great evening and enjoy the rest of our programs.